is currently Thursday, 1:47 p.m. Just wrapped up leg day. Pretty successful leg day. Got a small little, I guess you could say, day in the life. Not really day in the life, but I guess a morning routine snippet to start off the video, and some gym footage. I was so scared. I was so scared to record in the gym and just like set up the camera and record myself lifting. But one thing I noticed was, like, while I was recording, was the genuine authenticity of the statement that no one gives. Like, genuinely nobody in the gym is worried about what you're doing whatsoever. In the squat footage that I have in this video and in the leg press video, there was another person literally right next to me as I was recording those sets, and like, they could have cared less. They did not care at all that I was recording, like, literally whatsoever. And like, I was so nervous to just record myself lifting, which, I mean, I have no idea. Probably because I've never like really done that, and I was in public. I've never recorded in public before, but I was so nervous. And as I did it more, it just started to settle in. Like, literally no one like, everyone's so focused on how they look or what you think of them or what everyone else thinks of them. It's like they just don't care what you're doing. They're so locked in on what like they're doing. What you're doing is like not even in their space of mind whatsoever. But anyways, I guess that was just like a small rant. But pretty successful leg day today. Had to make it a little shorter because I got to get to work a little bit later. But pretty great lift. Tomorrow is Friday. I don't know if tomorrow is going to be a rest day or if I'm going to come in the gym and absolutely destroy my back with a great back day. Probably back day tomorrow. And then Sunday will be my rest day. We'll see how things pan out, though. I don't have work tomorrow, so I probably should be in the gym. And I'm sure y'all noticed, got a new haircut. I was so nervous to cut my hair off. If y'all could, I'll pop an image up on screen right now of how much hair exactly was coming off my head. He took the clippers like up the side of my head to fade it, and so much hair fell, like genuinely so much hair fell off just with one upbringing of the clipper. It was crazy. I think it looks great. I should probably put a little bit more product in it. Right now I only have some leave-in conditioner, but probably put a little bit more product in it. But with that being said, I'm headed home. Catch back up with y'all when I get home. See ya. Alright, just got home from the gym. About to smash this protein shake. Added some creatine to it, and then anyways, the main topic of this video, I wanted to have a talk about my life and my experiences living life without social media and kind of detoxing from all of the drama and gossip and everything that's on social media, things like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever else it might be, especially those two, Instagram and Snapchat. I wanted to talk about my experience and my time going without those two apps and Twitter and everything else, really just social media in general, just completely detoxing from it totally. People like, I seen people really like gas it on, I seen like a couple people gas social media detox on YouTube, but I never really took it like seriously. I never really thought anything of it until about almost 1 year ago. I think like 9 months ago now, I took like a long, hard look at why I was using things like Snapchat and Instagram, and I had just the most like blank thought about what made me want to use these apps. I had no idea like why I wanted to even use these apps at all. And it kind of just dawned on me that these apps are so, like, I don't mean to sound like your mom or your grandma, but like the apps are made to keep you hooked on them and to keep you going. They're made to keep your attention locked in on your phone. That way it's not about entertaining you. They're just trying to make as much money as they can off you. Which, when you look at it from a business perspective, it's a really good business model because it makes tons of money. But when you look at it from a consumer's point of view, you see it more as just something that's bringing you down. There's nothing good ever coming out of a 2-hour scroll through Instagram or sitting there and stalking someone's public profile on Snapchat and scrolling through random people's stories on Snapchat, or even TikTok. Like, I have a TikTok, but I don't even, like, my screen time on TikTok is so low. I'll pop a screenshot of it right now on screen, but like, my screen time on TikTok is so low, it's I don't even feel the need to delete it, because like the only time I'm actually using TikTok is literally only because I want to like grow my content on there. But, and I know that's probably pretty cliche, but I mean, one thing I noticed when I detoxed from these apps is I started to enjoy the things that God gave us a lot more, that day in and day out we seem to take for granted. Things like just nature, the birds chirping, the wind blowing, being able to just wake up and brush your teeth in the morning without assistance is something that most people are going to take for granted in their lives. And once you kind of go into a life without looking at what everybody else has 24/7, it's a lot easier to take note of the things that you take for granted day in and day out. The simplest of things. Just being able to go to the gym and work out is something that I have grown so thankful for over the past 6 months. It's genuinely been something that really put into perspective how gifted we are through just the simple things, like this, like just being able to step outside and enjoy the weather while it's raining, or just enjoy the sound of nature. Like, I know I sound like an old head right now, but genuinely, bro, like, that is something that is so overlooked in today's world because of how oversaturated our minds are with instant gratification and the constant scrolling algorithm that people promote. The things that people like say are normal, like sitting on Instagram and scrolling through reels or story posts or whatever for 2.5 hours is not normal. That should not be normalized at all. That is not healthy behavior. That is not something that you should be doing. That is literally rotting your brain. Like, and I know the dopamine hit while you're doing it is very high, and like, you're extremely entertained, and there is nothing hard about smashing 2 hours of time on Instagram at all, or even Snapchat, or any of them, Twitter included, TikTok included. There is nothing hard about smashing 3 hours time sitting and scrolling at all. And I would put a $100 bet with anybody who watches this video, or everyone who watches this video, that when you go onto Instagram or you go onto TikTok, you're not looking up something that you need to learn. Like, for instance, most of the time when I go onto YouTube, on my phone at least, odds are I'm going on there to look up how to do this, how to do that, how to fix the radio in my car, how to use command strips, how to do random things like that. Those are just two off the dome examples, but things like that. If you were going on to TikTok and using those things strictly just for like learning something or quickly finding out how to do something, then that would probably be different. But I mean, I'm telling you, that's not the case. Like, I'm promising you, that's not all you're using TikTok for, or Instagram, or Snapchat, or Twitter, or any of it. You don't even look shit up on Twitter. Twitter is literally just like a hub for bullshit. And once I stopped putting so much time into these endless doom scrolls and endless just scrolling through dumbass shit, I started picking up actual good habits. Like habits that will actually benefit me, such as meditation, reading, walking, daily gym visits, things that are not only good for my physical health, but especially amazing for my mental health and just learning. And especially like if you're my age, learning is the most powerful thing that you should be doing. And I'm not talking about school learning or like, your school classes. You're never going to use none of that bullshit. I'm not talking about going to college or going to school. I'm not talking about the things that you learn there. I'm talking about real world instances of learning, real world lessons and real world knowledge that you're actually consuming through real life experiences. Things like that you learn through real life, those are the things that you should be learning. Those are the things that books teach you. You can learn these things through YouTube, or the best way to learn anything is by going out and fucking doing it. That is the best way to learn anything. Like just in the few weeks or so that I've been doing content creation, I've learned so much just about video editing and recording and how to set up a camera and the angles and the lighting and whatever else, the editing and the cut here and add music and whatever else, copyright, etc., etc. I've learned so much more about video editing and content creation in 4 weeks than I ever knew from just watching a video. And that's a perfect example for me personally of what I'm trying to get out here. There is so much to be done in this life and in this world than just watching someone else do it. Because 90% of the time on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat, you're just watching someone else do or live how you want to live. Why? Go do it yourself. Go chase those dreams. Because I promise you, I would rather be 70 years old sitting on my deathbed knowing that I accomplished, even in the worst case scenario, I didn't accomplish my dreams. But I know that I put every fucking thing I had into getting as close as I possibly could. I took those risks. I jumped. I did everything I could. I reached for the stars to achieve what I wanted, and I failed. I would rather sit on my deathbed knowing that than sit on my deathbed thinking to myself how I could have done this, or I could have taken this risk, or I could have tried and I never tried. That right there has to be the most gut-wrenching feeling in human existence, because there's so much opportunity in today's world in so many different ways. Sitting on social media is the biggest time killer and waster, and it's the worst thing for your mental clarity and your mental headspace. It's not going to give you depression. Like, I hate when people say that. Social media is not going to make you depressed. That's not, unless you're making it, or unless you're trying to get that way. But 99% of case scenarios, social media is not just going to make you depressed. Social media is not going to make you suicidal or anything like that. Social media is just going to ruin your attention span, ruin your mental clarity, and get you in a headspace of where instant gratification is all you want. And if you can't have instant gratification, then you're not going to do shit at all. And that's straight poison. Like, genuinely, that is just poison. The real killer here is the fact that in today's society, these habits and these things are so normalized that nobody thinks anything of it. People actually think that this behavior and these habits are normal. Like, normal. Scrolling on TikTok for 4.5 hours straight, people think that's normal and healthy. People think it's healthy. That is the furthest thing from healthy. Like, it's almost, it's literally the direct opposite. It's so far from healthy. It's just so warped. Like, it's almost like a warped reality. It's so bad. if I could recommend anything to anybody watching this video, just go a month without any social media, and I promise you, you'll realize how exactly pointless and how aimless it all is. And then 2, you will feel like such a different person inside your own brain. You'll be so much more conscious of everything. You'll be so much more, you almost be happier. Like you'll find more gratification in the smallest things possible. You'll find more gratification in just taking a walk outside than ever before. So if I could spread just one message in this video to the world and to everyone that watches this, just try a social media detox, and then look at the difference in yourself. Because it's not easy, but it is so well worth it. But anyways, I'll go ahead and leave y'all with that to think on or whatever. But if you made it this far, consider liking the video and subscribing. I would really appreciate it. It helps me grow, and it helps me, get better at what I have found a passion in doing. So I would extremely appreciate a subscribe and just a like on the video. But with that being said, I'll see you on the next video. See ya.